I've been an athlete practically my whole life, and my current focus is rock climbing. I absolutely love to climb rocks. And approaching 50 years old, I became interested in what I need to do in order to climb for as long as possible. I began interviewing athletes over the age of 50 to gain insights into what they do to be successful. What I found is that these athletes have 4 things in common. The first 3 things are that they can envision doing something that's active and out of the ordinary. They integrate doing it into their daily lives, and they absolutely love doing it. This insight was the inspiration for the title of my first book, Dream It, Live It, Love It, which profiles athletes over 50. The fourth thing I notice is that these athletes all are extremely healthy. Very few have any significant health issues. This allows them to live healthy lives that are absolutely packed full of fun and adventure. My goal in introducing you to some of these athletes is to inspire you to adopt some of the healthy habits that I've observed in these interviews. So here is a brief glimpse into the lives of just a few of these amazing people.
Well, I was sitting there playing couch potato one day in my house in Lake Mary, Florida, and I'd been going with the gal who is now my fiancée for a while, and she was quite the jock. She's a triathlete and does all kinds of things. And one day she comes over from St. Pete. She owned a bed and breakfast in St. Pete, and she arrives at my house and says, "Get your butt off the couch. I brought a picnic lunch, and I've got 2 bicycles attached to the car. We're going bicycle riding." And we went for this 10-mile ride, and I was really enjoying it. I was shooting up ahead of her and running back and feeling so good. And we had this great picnic lunch, and we got back, and I thought, gee, that was fun. So a couple of days later, I went to the bike shop, and I started sniffing around and bought myself a bicycle. And the rest is history. She unleashed a monster.
I don't want to do all this for selfish reasons. I think sports kind of saved my life when I had my most challenges. And I just think it's very important to give back and encourage other people, especially women who they find themselves, their kids are gone, now what's life all about? And they need something more to hang on to them to make them feel good. And in the meantime, byproduct is you usually end up looking a lot better too. We're out and we're moving, and that's how you do this, especially if you start networking with other people. In Florida, we always ride with other people. It's my morning fun. It's fun. And we stop for breakfast afterwards. We probably spend as much time at breakfast as we do riding, but we've gotten a good workout in.
Right.
And that's what can also help people is once you start doing this with other people in groups, all of a sudden you find out that's where your friends are.
I used to ride as a kid, and that's like 40 years ago, because I started when I was about 11, so that would have been 1967, roughly. Now, keep in mind, as a piano tuner, basically it's primarily sedentary, you're sitting down. And I was starting to get this, and this is the reason why I started, part of the reason, because I was starting to get that proverbial spare tire there. And never really been heavy, but I found that my pants were becoming more difficult to button and stuff, so I had to do something to get back in shape. And I thought, well, what could I do? And I had a few options, but I knew running wasn't going to be one of them again because it just was too hard on my knees. And, bicycling to me just seemed boring. And swimming, they say, is good, but that's highly inconvenient, right? Because, you got to get ready, go to the beach or something like that. And so I stumbled upon this website, unicyclist.com and unicycle.com. Unicycle.com, the one I just got sponsored by. I found that, oh my gosh, the unicycles I used to ride as a kid, would break in half if you tried to go off a curb. The ones they're making now today are purpose-built. They're, 40 years have passed, and all this technology has made quantum leaps since then. And now they make them specifically for hardcore riding, like jumping off stuff, mountain unicycling trials, and all of that. Pretty much mountain unicycling, for me anyway, it's become an integral part of my life. I do it every day. My personal fountain of youth. It keeps me young. It keeps me in shape. It's the best form of exercise I've ever found. Plus, it's just a blast. It's just so much fun. It's just a lifestyle for me now, every single day. Every day is a new breakthrough. I mean, my mom used to say, you should learn something new every day. And there's so much truth in that, so much wisdom in that. And, live life with gusto. So to me, every day is a breakthrough. When I go to bed at night, I can't wait to get up the next day.
One day my brother said to me, "Do you want to run a marathon?" I had never run a 5K or 10K. I just said sure, and without really any real training, went off and did the LA Marathon, and just kind of got hooked at that point. I loved the feeling. It became a release and an outlet for me. I've kind of run the spectrum as far as emotions and why I run and, what it's done for me over the years. But that was how I got started, really. Just him saying, "Do you want to run a marathon?" Neither one of us ever having, not really realizing what we were getting ourselves into.
People that don't have a mental, attitude that's, a winning attitude is, they're at a disadvantage. They really are, because your body creates from what you think. And if you're in a negative spot or you're dwelling on negativity, your body's secreting acid and your whole system is turned upside down. So if you're not in a positive mental state and you're not, at peace with yourself and the world and the things around you, then you're going to make it harder for yourself to feel good.
I was the first woman to climb all the 13,000-foot peaks in Colorado. There's 637. It took 16 years. I was the fourth person. And I have a sash that says Queen of the 13ers and a crown. My friend crowned me Queen of the 13ers. He dubbed me with his eye sack. And it was sad. Different people have different feelings about it, and some it's like, I gotta finish this list and I just gotta do another peak, and I loved it. It was just wonderful. Sad to be done. Sad to finish all the peaks in one area because you knew maybe you wouldn't go back, because it was such a good part of my life.
When I was in the 6th grade, I got a heart disease. I had to quit school. I had to go and lay in bed, strictly bedridden, for almost a year. And when I recovered, the doctor said, you better get him involved in some sort of activity where he could regain his coordination and his self-confidence, like maybe dancing lessons. My mother went immediately and enrolled me in the course of ballroom dance. So being about 13 and starting to become really aware of girls, it was good. 10 girls, 10 guys in the class, and I liked it. I liked, it was very new to me, the thought of dancing, but I liked moving in patterns. The teacher would show us patterns to move our bodies in. I liked moving in time, in rhythm.
These athletes are amazing people, living lives that they absolutely love. They weren't born amazing, but have adopted some healthy habits that all of us can adopt, and these habits are a major reason why they're living spectacularly. If you want to improve your health and add more fun and adventure to your life, I invite you to join the 50K Active Challenge and adopt the following simple habits. Find an activity you love, set a goal, make a plan, be accountable, follow your plan and get out there and have fun. So join now. The price of admission, inspiration, dedication, perspiration.